welcome everybody. Uh, Good morning. Very happy to see you all here. I'm actually ShrenikJain from ReproBooks. Uh, Repro is uh, Repro is a content technology platform. It actually is. It actually has revolutionized the book industry with its cutting-edge technology. It's majorly a automation company powering by its content as well as a very technology-driven supply chain. What we actually do with basically within Repro, and we have a history of almost two actually decades over here. We are definitely a part of the Viksit Bharat mission of our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, with respect to making sure that content is something which is not something to be specific to any particular area. It is something which is available, but the main thing is that the authentic content availability is a big challenge today. That is the reason, even if we have a lot of AI models and things coming up, but the real power of any AI is really content. And that's what Repro has built, a like technology-driven content aggregation platform. So what we are is, we started this journey almost two actually decades before, where we were into printing a lot of areas, but then slowly we see that we have almost 1,000+ publishers with us. These are the top publishers, and we have a lot of content with respect to them coming, ingesting in a very secured way, and making sure that this content is local as well as global. So we actually take up this content at a basically global stage also. So any particular author or any small publisher, whoever is there, even if it's in the small city of like Kerala or whatever, it actually can be sold on like New York, Manhattan, or actually wherever. So we are actually a global content platform. And that's what our power of automation, our power of AI, and a power of content is actually doing it. So let us go deeper into what the book industry is today. Book industry today is in a global market of 150. Millions of titles are spread across multiple publishers. These publishers are many times a lot good tech savvy. Sometimes they are not very tech savvy, because in the like traditional publishing scenario, getting touch with authors, making those authors having the right content, getting into that, it's something which publishers have been doing for years, and I would say they have done a phenomenal job. But think about it, that if I am a person from a like medical or PhD or research, I spoke to many people yesterday about research. Now think about it, that every publisher do research today, but how you can get to that content in a very easy format, which is easy to access, easy to ingest, that is something which ReproBooks is solving, a big content aggregation platform. Second thing is a lot of formats. Many things are there in actually like PDFs or many other forms, which is not very much consumable easily. That's what Repro is solving. And the third area is basically languages. You know how many like basically languages India has? Anybody, any show of hands? How many like languages are there in India? Yes? 600, right? So you are absolutely right, very, very close. So we have absolutely more than 500 languages. Now think about this content in multi-language and that particular demand of that content in any of the place. It's a very, very hard problem to solve. That's what Repro also solves with respect to having multi-language, multi-format, and multi-genres content available. Second thing is that it's a very supply chain issue, right? Logistics, if you think about, you have 2.4 million content coming every particular year. Think about the issue of supply chain. I mean, supply chain is not an easy problem to solve. I mean, you want one book, right? You want one content out of this 2.4 million. Think about the availability of that content at your doorstep in 2 hours or 3 hours with our integrated supply chain, not possible, right? Until unless you stock the best content, the best titles, it is not possible with the whole global content, a lot, I mean, over 100 million, to be basically available at every place, anytime, right? It's not possible. That's what is something which is also a big problem in the this in particular industry of content. Third thing is, there is a lot of, because of this content availability in multi-formats, multi-things, the whole process is very manual, and basically it's a very slow process. You will not be able to make sure that, because today the content is not just a content, it has a lot of metadata, lot of like discoverability of it, lot of ways, multi-format, multi-way to ingest the content. That's what also it is there. And I think the fourth thing what I already mentioned about it is like how to discover it. What are the best fiction books today? Whatever you get on Amazon and things like that is something you will be able to see that, you know, these are fiction books and everything. But the thing is, discovery of a book or like basically discovery of a research or anything, it's actually a big issue today. And that's what the industry is facing today. I mean, a lot of startups which I meet, right? I mean, they are saying that, you know, where I can get the content. You can just scrape certain things, you can get from the public information, but that's not authentic, right? So that is another problem which we are putting through. Now we understand the book industry. Now we understand basically what is the challenge this whole content industry is facing. Now think about it that now AI is into this industry also. I mean, AI is disrupting every industry, so why not books, right? So books is also an industry where AI is coming along big time. Almost 54% of our publishers, they use AI today, right? 72% of the leading publishers, they've already adopted AI. AI not in terms of basically, I mean, there is a lot of things which in a particular publishing world, the like publishers go through, right? For example, building up the right actually covers or right kind of themes or metadata, marketing of particular content. There's a lot of things because content is definitely genuine and it's very, very authentic. But there is a lot of things you have to wrap around the content around, right? So earlier people used to have it, a lot of things, but now this is also helping up. 35% of the sale which happened today, it's also driven by AI. And this is actually the direct data from like Statista. It's a book publishing using AI in US, right? And then there is almost 500 million plus licenses of AI being sold today. So it means, you know, definitely AI is a lot happening in this world. And this content industry is not being lagged by AI. But you know what? What is basically holding up these AI models across areas? I mean, you talk to you like talk to multiple startups. You can talk to a lot of areas in that. What is really something which is holding up the AI models today in any sector? I mean, I talk to a lot of edtech companies. I talk to a lot of partners. We had a good meeting with a lot of companies today. What is really AI models today being backed by, or what is the one thing which is lacking in this AI models? Any like show of hands? Yeah, please. Can we have some mic here? So basically the question is that what actually the AI models really need, right? And that is specific to content, not specific to any industry, specific to content.
Data?
Bang on, right. So data. Data is the new oil, right? Everybody say data is the new oil. But you know, data is also like available like everywhere. everybody is like, you think about it, you go to your phone, you are talking to social media, you're talking to YouTubes, you're talking to Insta, Facebook, or whatever, right? Data is everywhere. Then what is AI models really lacking, right? Data is everywhere. So what is really lacking in this AI models? If data is everywhere, you do like purchases on Amazon, you make posts on Facebook, data is everywhere, then what is really holding up? And which is a big concern. I'll show you the concern from authentic sources. Yeah, please, can you give some mic there?
Context?
Context?
Yeah.
Yes. Context of the way the data is presented to a model.
Yeah, context for how the end user wants it, what is their specific situation to consume
yeah.
the data.
Yeah, very close, absolutely. I mean, what is really not just any data, it is really a very high quality, curated, domain specific, I think that's what you mentioned, context, and authentic data. So, and the better the data, the smarter the AI, and lower the hallucination effect. Because the industry today, people are not relying on AI today. To be like very frank, if I ask you, how many of you can do a AI-based robotic surgery for your parents? Or AI-based heart surgery, there would be no doctors, only AI will do the heart operations. Will you be able to do it? No, na? So basically why? Because it's a lot of hallucination. They can say they are doing X, but they can become Y. And that's what ReproBooks is there. Repro is a content technology platform. We actually aggregate this data and make sure it's authentic, backed by the trust of over 1,000+ publishers. That's the power of Repro, right? So today, the industry is that 15 to 25% of today AI spending. You talk about any big LLM companies, you talk about any big AI giants today, 15 to 20% of their bandwidth today or their funds are spent on data. 2 in 3 AI builders do not trust their data. Third thing is that, definitely as you mentioned, 38% says domain-specific data is LLMs or AI's first bottleneck, and 95% of the executives rank data issues as their top 3 AI risk. Now think about it, that if we are in the industry where we are so much getting into AI, so much getting into the power of moving ahead in the AI journey, we need to have this thing. And when we talk to a lot of people, they are really trying to say that, how we can help you in that journey, because you name the industry, we are there, right? And this is from this source. Now, introducing now ReproBooks. So ReproBooks is a big conglomerate of authentic content with more than 7.5 million titles across the world, 1,000+ publishers, and this list is growing every day. 500+ languages and a global reach. That's what we are, the world's largest authentic content aggregator technology platform. That's what we are. Now let's, with that, let's try to look a little bit Repro inside, and you will be really fascinated. I mean, I have seen the industry of software for almost 2 decades. I have never seen that area where we can Uberize this content in this content industry. And you will see the power of Repro.
ReproBooks, trusted by 1,000+ publishers, powering over 7.5 million titles. Repro is a content technology platform that powers the entire publishing ecosystem through technology, logistics, and data. Publishers begin with zero investment and gain access to new and sustainable revenue streams. The process begins with the publisher's content getting securely ingested into the Repro vault. Every title is checked, sorted, dynamically priced, and made ready, powered by Repro's intelligence mechanism. The content is then listed across multiple D2C and B2B channels, including the in-house e-retail platform, Bookscape. Repro's sophisticated distribution network takes local content global, unlocking new revenue streams. The moment an order is placed, warehouses transform into intelligent fulfillment hubs powered by Repro Spark, Repro's proprietary analytics engine. It optimizes for the right fulfillment type and the best last-mile delivery option. With Repro for publishers, our partners are never in the dark. They see all relevant data clearly, instantly, and in real time. Data like content and listing management, complete inventory visibility, real-time order tracking, channel-wise performance insights, and deep analytics on revenue, demand, and fulfillment. Data becomes business intelligence, leading to smarter decisions and scalable growth. One platform, every title in print, every channel connected, every decision powered by data. This is Repro technology, where publishing meets intelligence.
So that's the basically you can think of, that's the power of Repro. I mean, Repro has built this not in like a year. It has been decades, I would say like a decades of work, and we were in the AI and the content automation for more than 10 years. We are not like, you know, we have built this organically, and it's something which is powering industries, publishing networks, different industries across the globe for many, many years. So that's the
ReproBooks, trusted by.
So that's basically the thing of Repro. Now, Repro's, I will actually show you a little bit about the Repro's AI power also. So what we have is, the first thing is, if you think about it in any content, so I'm putting up content in the sake of content available in print format, content available in actually any particular format. But really, if you think about it, content, it's really the way the content can be ingested into the system. Nobody has the power today to do it. People can do, let's say, 1,000, 2,000, or few thousand in a day of ingestion, because content is available anytime. Now, think about it. We started with a journey of almost like 1,000 titles content ingestion when we started this journey almost 5-6 years back. Today, do you know, with the power of AI and how many content we can really ingest into the system? Anybody kind of like basically guesses if like somebody is into the content industry, that, you know, ingestion of this content, the right authentic content in multi-format, multi-language, ingesting into the system and availability into the right form, how many we should be able to do it in a particular day? Any like wildly guesses? We started with 5 years back a journey of around 1,000 titles per day. Any basically wildly guesses? How much we should be able to ingest? Think about it. You know how much you can ingest the title into your system. How much content you should be able to ingest? And you like think about it. Content ingestion is not something, you know, you can have a like camera, click a clear like photograph. That's a content, but that's not something consumable, right? The content is into multi formats. They are sometimes in audio, sometimes in videos. Sometimes people give in multiple areas, but that content is not consumable. So to make it right, consumable, right thing, how much basically do you think we should be able to do it? You won't believe, we started with a journey of around 1,000. We are over 50,000 today in a single day. The manpower is exactly the same, but then we are able to bang on with the power of our automation and AI. Then the second actually area is basically smart like dissemination. Dissemination is another area which is very important, because you can have content, but you need to like disseminate in the right channel in multi formats, right? And that's how we actually do it. The third thing is that content is something which you cannot hold yourself. You have to monetize the content also. The monetization of a content is something happening on multiple channels today. Even any kind of any channel. So channel is definitely, there are multiple channels we have where these things, we have our own channels also, which is actually called Bookscape, where people can get the content also. But ultimately, this whole content need to be priced dynamically, just like an airline ticketing system. Where the demand, what is the thing? So that's how we do with our power of AI and automation. The fourth thing is very much, which is very, very core to Repro, and nobody do today, is the supply chain intelligence. We know what content should be available very close to the hub of the customer. I mean, Amazon does it very, very beautifully, and I think we are very close to that also. For example, a particular content matching with the demand of that content, availability of the content, getting it available in the right form. That's actually something, the power of Repro. And then it is not possible without a very sophisticated, advanced analytics today. So Repro has built something called as a Repro Spark, which is actually powering our entire ecosystem, right from content to supply chain to technology to implementation. Everything is powered by Repro Spark. So that is actually things we have. Now let's actually look at how this Repro's AI-assisted content ingestion really works. So we take, first of all, the raw content, right? We actually have multiple formats and we take the content. Then we do AI-based metadata extraction. Now this extraction is very important for our natural language processing, because we should be able to get the author, metadata, genre, definitely a lot of key extractions. Then we do a lot of intelligence classification, because ultimately the content, if you talk about fiction, or if you talk about children books, or if you talk about education, medical, there is a lot of ways in which you need to classify the content, and that's what we do. A lot of quality validations we do, and a lot of catalog-based publications we do. Now, this is something we do that, and we also put it to multiple of our channels. Now, what is the impact which we see with this, our automated content ingestion? We have almost 90% impact on faster ingestion. We have 95% metadata accuracy. We have almost 7.5 million titles processed. And we have a 24/7 automated pipeline. Now think about it, if I talk about this, we actually are powering every content creator to make sure that their content is something which, working with Repro, you would be able to, and with the help of definitely our publishers, you will be able to put that content in local markets, in a global market. So think about it, a dream of Viksit Bharat is not something where we have to put the power in the hand of the common man, right? That's what is Viksit Bharat. I mean, that's what I believe, that our Honorable Prime Minister's vision is definitely going to make sure that the power of a business to generate revenue and monetize their own capability should be in the power of the common man. And that's what Repro is doing beautifully today, with the power of its technology, with the power of taking their local content global, and then global content also local. And across the world, there are many publishers, many kind of areas who are working with Repro in this whole journey. Then I actually talk about definitely the content, basically thing is dissemination, where multi-channel intelligence we have. We have also global scale, almost 1,000+ publishers, 180 countries we serve, and 99.9% delivery uptime we ensure. Then then a part of if you see the power of our supply chain, what we do, we have publisher onboarding, then we do the content processing, we do a lot of inventory management, all happening through our touchless technology. Right from the content availability till the dissemination of the content is a very touchless experience. Order fulfillment and the last mile. So it's a very predictive demand forecasting based on where the demand is, where the orders should come from, and how it would be fulfilled. And definitely a very big smart logistic routing, because today, even if people can build the great products, if you talk about any company, the crux of it would be how you are optimizing your last mile. And that is very important in any content and a content-driven technology platform. And that's the only thing, Repro is the only place in today which can have that whole power. So I would say that definitely a lot of companies who want to build that, who want to work with us in that mission, can definitely be a part of our wagon, and then we can like take you further. Then we talk about definitely the Repro Spark. So this is our core data analytics basically platform, where we understand that that content is having which like reader trends. What are the say likely forecast of this particular content? What is the inventory health? How much inventory we have? We have auto way of like replenishment of the content. We have the content performance and market opportunities. Now think about it that we are 360-degree into the life cycle of a content creator, and we will be able to help it till the 360-degree view of it. You usually build the best content. I mean, we ask or we basically enable all of our Indian communities, our different publishers and people to build the best content. We will take up further to take you to local, global, and become the part of your like revenue journey. That's what the beauty of basically Repro is. So how our system is AI powered. So that is also very interesting. I mean, we have a lot of a lot of external facing products which we have. We have application layers, which we have APIs, microservices, and our like beautiful stack built by our like technology team. We have a AI ML engine, which runs at the core of it, which actually has a way of computer vision, which is having a way of natural language processing, which has a lot of our recommended systems, LLMs, which we power. And we also have a multi-like modal MCP-based systems. We have like our basically data layers. We also have a very diversified cloud infrastructure where we train our models, where we get a lot of things with respect to analytics on our systems. So that's the Repro AI-powered technology stack. So this is actually one of the multi-leg modal knowledge graph what we have. We actually today ingest the metadata of book and parse it. That's our like ingestion and parsing. Then we do the entity extraction. We do a lot of graph constructions. It's called a graph RAG, which builds the entity relationships between all of our titles. Now think about it. This is a very important point in AI, what we do today. What it does is that it actually builds a real augmented generation, and it gets all of the content. For example, if we talk about healthcare or if we talk about anything, we assimilate this whole content into a graphic RAG, and it becomes a like basically relationship within itself. And then we do continuous learning on the top of that. For example, you want to do cross-title semantic searches across 500 languages. For example, if you talk about that, I want to understand something about chronic heart diseases. Now that chronic heart diseases would be there with many other authors in many languages. So that's what we do also. Similar books. So that's how we are building our AI intelligence so that it is easily like discoverable. That is the main pain area we are actually solving. So again, coming up to that, so any particular authors over here? I mean, anybody writes or anybody has a good content and they want to look at it, you know, how that content, they're not able to really do anything on that content. Do you have anybody in any form? Anyone over here? Can you give some mic here, please?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Biswajit.
Biswajit. Hi, Vishwadesh.
So basically, I'm an aspiring writer. So previously, I have published 2 books.
Okay.
Currently, I'm writing a book. It's a full-fledged novel.
Okay.
So basically, I'm writing. I'm looking at the main thing is like how to go ahead with it, the publishers, with what I say, like marketing the book and all. So I'm facing that issue right now.
And also, if you have a good, authentic content, so definitely you want to see that, how your content, if it's really good, can be monetized with multiple channels and multiple things, right? So definitely that is something which we want those creative minds to think about it. With Repro, you get that platform. And that platform is something which will help you not only just taking the content to any channel, but also giving you something, what is really, when the like rubber hits the road, you really want to know that, what is I'm really talking about. Because maybe your content is A-scale content, and maybe not. We give, with the power of our Repro Spark, a way to make sure that you understand the power of your content and what it is in the like global level. So that is something, and that's how when I was showing you the last time about GraphQL, graph RAG-based system, we make your content like discoverable also. Many times what we have seen in the content world is that when people talk to us that there are like research going on, but people really don't know where to find. This market is so much fragmented. Many publishers, many people, many books we have, but really that discoverability is a challenge today. I mean, if I want to really understand like a micro, like biology concept, and within that, one specific areas, it's very hard to find. That's what we help you, right, as well as in that journey, and make sure that we provide you enough ways to monetize that content across, and also help in that journey. For example, we also create A+ metadata out of it. For example, sometimes what's happening that even the content is good, but you don't have the enough kind of a metadata around it, which can help you to be like discoverable. So that's what we do. Absolutely, I think that is actually, in fact, what also is very important is your content is supposed to be available in a PDF or a like text format. But think about it, the world is growing towards audiobooks with a CAGR of, let's say, 26.2%, almost reaching a $35 billion market by 2030. Now, if that is the power of the case, you don't need to limit yourself just being a content creator in a text format, right? Make a video. We will be able to help it in creating an audiobooks, ebooks, multi-format, multi-language. You usually put up in English, we'll give you in 22 languages. I mean, definitely it's an integrated system. We will integrate with a lot of areas and available. So with Repro, with ReproBooks content power, we are actually going to help because we know the trends also. We see this market deep inside out. Audiobooks is again a trend. Ebooks is a big trend. And think about the Asia Pacific overall, including India and China, fastest region growing by 7% CAGR. That is actually something which we enable you to make into that journey. So I think that is what the thing is. And that is what we are saying, that ReproBooks is uniquely positioned to capture these growth vectors. And our technology infrastructure possesses content across format, language, geography, and geographies at scale. So that is what I think we will be definitely like correcting, and then we'll help you up in that as well. So thank you. Any other like content person here? Anybody who really is looking for? Can you give some mic there, please? Thank you.
Yeah, hi. I am into video content.
Okay.
And we make videos through AI also, but we really don't know how to push it, how to boost that. So that is, if you can.
Yeah. So see, the thing is, definitely people are creating content, and content can be like created by an author. So when you are creating your own content by any tool or anything, you are increasing your like productivity by using certain tools to build up the content, but your idea is your own original thing. But if you want to really take that thing, I mean, audiobooks, ebooks, and also a lot of content. So I think definitely what we are actually talking about the like discoverability of that content. So video content is something which we are looking up to explore, what we can do about it. But it's really something is in the audio, in the ebooks, in the print business, in the like wherever the content is in a printable format, as well as in the like distributable format. That's what we primarily focus on today. Yeah. You were saying something as well? Same thing. Okay. Okay. So this is actually something which we are having. Now what is our like competitive edge? Our actually competitive edge is, first of all, I would say that this is our competitive edge. I mean, basically publisher trust. Publisher trust is our biggest, I would say, our competitive edge. Because, you know, ultimately, anybody can actually create content, but, you know, if you are backed by the trust of the publisher, that is something which Repro is really into it. Second thing is, we have a multi-language AI model. That is actually the power of it. We have a full stack, end-to-end, from ingestion to analytics to no bolt-on solution. That's what the power of Repro is. A big speed to market. I mean, nobody can, you quickly think of something, so many millions of titles across the world getting available in a single day within 2 hours is not possible, right? I mean, let's say there are very high-selling content. Everybody talk about, let's say, Chetan Bhagat's book, or basically any kind of very known actually authors, known thing. That content anybody stock anyways, right? But if I'm actually into like research, if I'm into multiple things, that title might not be the top selling. But you know, you still need to get that. And getting available in less than 2 hours also. That's what we have, a speed to market. Then we talk about multi-language, and we talk about our scale. That's the majorly the competitive edge which actually Repro has. So Repro's impact, what we have seen is that the like content onboarding has almost from weeks it has become into hours, and that's what I was actually showing, right? Metadata accuracy, right? Pricing optimization, and basically the like demand forecasting. So those are the main areas in which we operate. I think that's majorly I would like to talk about it, and would be very happy to rewrite the content, content I would say Uberization with all of you, all of us, right, in actually India as well as abroad. We really want to, we really see that, you know, this is the core area which AI needs today. This is the core area which actually AI is really looking forward for, to make sure that we are trusted, that the AI is trusted. That's what we are. So basically partner with us. We have our hall number 6 and in the like 49 hall stall. Please do visit it. And we are ReproBooks. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you.